Thank you for your cooperation. I repeat, this is housekeeping message to ensure
That's it, right? That's it, right? I know the
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang berbahagia Dr. Muhammad Khairunizam Zaini, Dekan Jaringan Nasrul Community dan Alumni. Yang berbahagia Dr. Sufyan Hadi Ayub, Coordinator Jaringan Industri Community Alumni. Yang dihormati Dr. Azizah Muhammad yang berusaha Dr. Syamim bin Abdul Hadi, yang berusaha Madam Zaidah binti Muhammad panel Encik Muhammad Noor Hisham Abdul Bari serta Encik Nasrul Hata Muhammad Ali. Seterusnya para hadirin yang dihormati, salam ITM dan salam mahasiswa berintegriti. Selamat datang ke forum Let's Commercialize Our FYP. Untuk memberkati majlis, saya menjemput Saudara Muhammad Ali Faisal untuk membacakan doa. Majlis mempersilakan.
Al-Fatihah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim, ya sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada hari ini bagi menyatakan kesyukuran di atas kurniaan yang tidak ternilai. Kalau kami hamba sentiasa bersyukur sama ada yang sedikit lebih lagi yang berwah kepada kami. Ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim, sebenarnya dengan majlis pada hari ini kami memohon ya Allah agar Engkau berkatilah majlis ini. Engkau rahmatilah sekalian yang di dalam majlis ini. Jadikanlah kami segala usaha dan amal kami sebagai amal yang Engkau ilhamkanlah dalam fikiran kami, dia yang bernas, kreatif dan positif, dan sesungguhnya Engkau maha mengetahui bahawa kami di sini yang sangat luas bagi mengembangkan posisi kami sebagai hamba yang Engau redai seluruh. Berkati dan rahmatilah kami perhimpunan pada hari ini. Pada kurniakanlah kami ilmu, kami sendirilah dengan cahaya dan semoga dengannya kami dan menghayati serta mengamalkannya. Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, kurniakanlah pada kami kesehatan, ketenangan jiwa, kekuatan semangat. Semoga dengannya kami mahu mendukung cabaran daya saing mengangkat martabat diri, keluarga, masyarakat dan negara. Terangilah hati kami dengan cahaya Engkau terangi sebagai Engkau terangi hari ini dengan benar ya Allah. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Terima kasih saudara Ali Faisal tadi bacaan doa itu tadi. Untuk meneruskan majlis, izinkan saya pada pagi di dalam bahasa Inggeris. Assalamualaikum and ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our forum today at our Dewan Kuliah 2. Allow me to comment by expressing my gratitude to the esteemed audience, particularly my friends and esteemed lecturers. It is my pleasure to inform you that all final year students present here today in the hall hail from various IT programs. We are truly grateful to all of you for gracing us with your presence at this forum. Currently, we are in Wednesday. Students getting busier and getting to ramp up their efforts to complete assignments and their FYP progress. Speaking of FYP, have you ever thought about whether we are really out of doing our FYP? Are we able to profit? Can we even commercialize our FYP? These are topics that we will discuss today at our forum. introduce our fellow panelists. So we'll start off with Mr. Muhammad Noor Hisham Abdul Bari. Mr. Hisham is the Senior Manager of Stakeholder Engagement, Partnership and Programs Unit and my startup initiative at Cradle Fund Berhad. He has been with Cradle Fund for over 7 years, holding various roles within the organization. He has extensive knowledge in the startup scene and has played a significant role in multiple fields. Prior to current role, Mr. Hisham worked in the grant department where he was responsible for overseeing the disbursement of grants to funded individuals. With that, I would like to welcome Mr. Hisham to the stage. Okay, next on our panel, Ms.
For those who is familiar with the term, it is actually for final year project. Do not get it mistaken with the 116 with that or final or you title or your page. So final year project is application in experience and practice as well as good judgment to ensure that the approach is effective and efficient and give their understanding of the material they have sent to us. So when any of the audience their financial project, please raise your hand. Anyone? After this part, there will be more to get finished. So shall we start with our I have the same question, Mr. Hisham. So, is it possible to this final year project, commercialize? So, how can we do it? So, I will ask to Mr. Abdul to answer question.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Message so. Ada yang dari orang Malaysia, saudara
create the idea, find your inner purpose. Why it matters to you. Kalau you minat, buatlah ideation yang berkaitan dalam automatik. Kalau you minat main muzik, nyanyi lagu dekat tepi tangga rumah, buatlah something yang berkaitan dengan music industry. Then I think you may have a chance to commercialize because passionate about your idea, about your product. So yes, every year was a chance untuk di-commercialize, but it takes a lot to push forward to the market. In which I think the next question will arise dan moderator tak ada soalan. Baik, saya serahkan kembali kepada
Hisham, the same question. Please welcome.
Thank you, Pan. Basically for FYP, we see a lot opportunity, not only in idea, but also we see a lot of the university from the final year student who come to us and they also want to commercialize. Because entrepreneurship is not something something you have to develop. Because to run a business, patience, dedicated team, and also knowledge is something yang quite important. I think you guys here actually macam pelik sebab I'm opposite your faculty dan dekat and the faculty of science administration. Selalu datang sini dulu rasa macam nanti hati-hatiku. So basically, for FYP, yes, we see a lot of opportunity. We see a lot of different. The two student that answer cik tadi punya soalan pun betul. You need to solve the problem. So nowadays a lot of FYP ataupun project developments yang ada di market, whether from the student or from Berhad, companies, startup, they try to solve the problem statement from the public ataupun the current needs lah. But yang ni term yang usually kita pakai lah, whether it's a medicine or it's a supplement. Medicine is a need. Kena. So kalau ubat demam tak ada, you cannot cure demam. Tapi vitamin C is a supplement. You tak makan tak apa, you sihat. So a needs in the market tu penting. We usually look into the needs first, then baru supplement. So nowadays, you tell me right now, you create another Facebook, right now I think not only Facebook, dah pergi ke Twitter, TikTok, dan ada juga local startup buat macam few macam Omni Plus whatsoever, semua benda-benda tu is a need or just a supplement. So kena fikir benda tu. For your FYP, you want to commercialize, you want to go further, you want to join the entrepreneurship journey as a startup, is something valuable, something yang we in Cradle support it. Just to inform you guys, depan ni kita bagi grant. Untuk development juga. Luckily you call me this time. Kalau you call me previous time, we only give to commercialize company. So kalau commercialize company ni, we don't we try to help to commercialize. We also have our sister agency like Meranti, Yayasan Inovasi, or even though our partners like into the school also look into helping the student to join venture into entrepreneurship or commercialization. That's my point of view.
Thank you, Mr. Nasrul and Mr. Hisham, for such a very splendid and insightful response. Okay, so for the next round, I wanted to ask Mr. Nasrul. So based on your experience, what are the worth buying elements that should we have in our product in order to get commercialized? So
worth buying element to get our product commercialized.
Yes.
You all belajar kan business model canvas. Jawapan tu semua ada dalam tu. Tapi dia tanya yang mana yang paling, pada pandangan saya yang paling you kena titik beratkan My personal view is competitor. Sebab oftentimes, I think maybe daripada Cradle dia ada banyak audience dengan startup company buat presentation, pitching on their product. So mungkin dia akan ada real case. But apa yang I encounter when we brainstorm, when we hear the pitching, then biasanya kita akan rasa macam dia kata, oh, my product is the only of its kind in the world. Dia ada secret shop sendiri. Susah. Paling kalau betul pun you percaya you punya produk ni ataupun you punya idea ni tak ada competitor, at least you must be able to tell who is your closest competitor. Sebab apa? Sebab daripada situ you akan drive to complete your analysis. Okay, you akan tahu apa dia punya pain point, apa dia punya solution, and then dekat situlah you akan start comparing your idea dengan produk yang dah ada tadi, yang competitor. Then you know macam mana you nak positionkan produk tu lain daripada yang lain. So again, yes, I rasa competitor analysis is the most critical part apabila you nak betul go to put forward you punya idea, becoming a product and boleh offer to the market. For example, biasanya saya tak ingat apa yang disebut, tapi saya selalu sebut unique selling propositions. Maknanya something that you offer to your customer yang you dah identify tu. Okay, then by having competitor, then you boleh tahu pula apa yang you boleh offer extra, dan yang seterusnya something that orang lain susah nak ikut. This is the business part lah. Bila you ada product innovation, kita kena make sure yang produk kita tu orang tak boleh senang-senang nak tiru, senang-senang nak ikut. Itu element of pemilik IP, element of IP, and then there is licensing dan sebagainya. Okay, so I would suggest you look into the competitor analysis.
Thank you, Mr. Nasrul. So Mr. Hisham, I have another question to ask. So how can we begin establishing a startup company based on our FYP project?
How do you begin? Essentially, the answer is depend on the student themselves. But basically, the basic that you need to have, I think currently you guys are learning is the knowledge. Knowledge of the journey to become entrepreneur. That's number one. Number two, before you create a Berhad company, or you create some, not only Berhad lah, for example like enterprise or private limited company whatsoever, the thing that you must have is the team. Might be you guys here, I can tell you are the future of CTO, the innovation, head of technologies. Yeah, because if you want to sell the product, CTO always the back end side. You must find someone that can sell your product. But I believe some of you know how to sell, how to pitch, because these two elements is quite important. You know what you want to sell. The second one is the team yang you nak build. Because for the past 8 years we evaluate company, what I can share all the time, the product not every time 100% product failure, but it's the team that fail. We have, I think, experience where there is a good product, good technology to survive. However, due to the issue between co-founder and founder, the product cannot take off, cannot be commercialized. So that is the critical one lah, before you move forward, to find the synergy between co-founder and founder. And I see a lot of university, most of them, even though lecturer by themselves, they are very good technical person, very advanced technology, and they know what to solve. But in our business, when you pitch for money or funds, you only have 5 minutes to pitch. 5 minutes only. So we evaluate, because every time we evaluate per day, we evaluate 35 company, per month 150 company, per year close to 1,000 company we evaluate. But only 44 we approve based on the budget we receive. Because it's fund, so it depends on the government that we want to give every yearly. So under the ranking, we only have yearly around 12 million to be disbursed. So it's very competitive in the market lah. So you make sure, but usually Cradle teams, we always always look to the teams and what's the problem that you want to solve. So these two key elements you need to have before you start a company. Because once the co-founder or founder to collapse, then we don't, even though the product is good, but we cannot trust the product to survive and stop working. So that is the two elements that you need to understand if you wish to further up your product.
Thank you, Mr. Hisham. Actually, I've got a follow-up question based on your responses now, because forming a team to establish startup companies and whatnot. So what kind of individuals that are required from an individual to work together, for us to work together so that we can form a product or establish a company. So
number one is the salesperson. Salesperson is the one that doing the pitch, know your product well, and know how to commercialize your product. So if you have a good technology, you need someone like me. Because why? I don't have knowledge in technology, even though I work already 8 years in company. But the technology is advanced every year. I think previously when I was in UiTM, I know FSKM cuma ada 3 atau 4 degree. Just now I asked one of the students, you only have something that related to AI. Which during my time AI ni pun kita tak tahu benda. So for me is I'm good in sell, but I need someone who good in technology. So number one, you need to have someone that is business proposition. For example, like myself, my colleague here, Cik Ami, who actually bahagian pusat perniagaan. So we are the one who doing sell. But to make sure the competitive, like Cik Nasrul cakap tadi, the competitive tu, the technology come from your business. So business. Second one is the technology person. Third and fourth, to start first 2% is nice. But if you have number 3 and number 4, then it's fine. 3 and number 4, usually the support service or kita panggil corporate services. The support service ni to support the CTO. The fourth one is to handle your account, financial. CTO dengan CEO ni discuss spec. Beli, tak apa beli. Hiring. Pergi overseas conference pergi. Lepas tu balik bila nak claim grant, mana receipt? Tak boleh claim. So you need to have, jangan lupa-lupakan kawan-kawan dekat accounting tu. They are quite important. Even in our company, accounting quite important. Sebab kalau tak ada accountant, siapa nak bayar you grant kan? So they are very important element. So number one business, number 2 is the technology. Third person is corporate services. This is the first, when you want to create, this is the first 3 yang kena ada lah to start, to answer your question. And try to avoid family business. Based on my experience, based on our team experience, based on the current experience me and Cik Ami facing right now, family business is very, very tricky. So masuk account, bapak pinjam, so nak pakai. So benda-benda ni try to avoid. Even though adik-beradik pun try to avoid. I can tell you every surviving of family business kecuali Nazar Group, Berjaya Group, whatsoever yang besar, keluarga besar tu, every startup family group 3-4 years survive. Lepas tu habis. Right? Sure.
Okay, I just nak put into another perspective. The idea that you guys are working on your FYP kadang-kadang kecil, kadang-kadang besar, betul Or now you have something like orang cakap wet dream lah, besar sangat-sangat. You want to change the world, kan? Gitu kan. Tapi kadang-kadang ada juga idea-idea yang dia punya skill tu kecil, okay? But don't get me wrong, okay? Sebab soalan tadi how to accelerate your product commercialization dari FYP. Anyway can do, but first thing first kena ingat, quick win. Work on the small objective. Sebab you baru start. Okay, you tak sama kalau pergi dengan syarikat yang saya kerja sekarang. Heitech dia dah besar dah. Dia bila fikir tu fikir besar terus. Ini yang daripada raw idea ni, daripada street ideation ni kan. work on the quick win yang you tak perlulah sampai nak kena ada CTO, CEO kan. You buat 2-3 orang. Seorang terror buat programming, seorang terror lah agaknya buat PNL sikit-sikit, buat forecast sikit-sikit. Seorang lagi budak international business, bolehlah buat pitching deck sebab nak present ni kena bahasa Inggeris. Sebab nak letak duit, tak boleh bahasa Melayu. Betul kan? Okay. So you boleh work 3-4 orang. Work on that, nampakkan dia punya feasibility, a full functioning system, application, solution, and then I think you belajar kot dalam you punya kelas. Kena cari siapa? Sebelum you cari customer you yang betul, you kena cari TikTokers. Kan? Dia panggil apa? Yang you belajar tu? Early adopters. Betul tak? Tak. Yang you belajar tu bukan retorik It's real. Bukan retorik betul. Memang itulah yang memang you kena buat nanti. Sebab kalau you terus berangan, boleh jual masuk dalam TikTok, terus orang nak beli, tak ada. Itu realiti kehidupan. You kena cari ada customer yang memang boleh carry you punya produk. Cari early adopters. Then lepas tu you akan grow. Sampailah satu masa you have you punya own setup, sama dalam bentuk enterprise ataupun sedang Berhad. Then you talk to the companies like Cradle, venture capitalist untuk dapatkan seed fund untuk you grow besar lagi. Ataupun satu masa you jumpalah syarikat-syarikat macam Heitech Padu untuk jual pula share syarikat you. You pitch on the potential value of your product in the future. So mana-mana pun jalan. Cuma ingatan saya, jangan lupa dekat quick win. Work on the small portion dulu. Then you adjust accordingly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nasrul and Mr. Hisham. So I bet like those response or answers that's been given, we haven't even thought about it yet. Actually, like it kind of blows our mind at some points that were shared by Mr. Nasrul and Mr. Hisham, and perhaps that will give you some inspiration to start up a business strategically in a proper manner. And yeah, okay. So moving on to the next question. To Mr. Nasrul. So what kind of commercialization aspect or basic requirement that you require or request from the student as developer?
Ulang balik. Okay. Ini kalau exam ni, habis.
Okay, yeah. Simpler words. Right. Okay, so what kind of commercialization aspect ataupun basic requirement that you might request or the request or required from your part from the students as a developer.
As
develop systems or websites and yeah.
You really need to work hard on your idea, and then you betul-betul kena tahu apa you buat. Katakanlah dalam konteks you ni memang dalam ni group assignment ke individual assignment? FYP, sorry. Oh, individual. Dia lah coder, dia lah SA. Betul. Dia lah business analyst. Macam tak betul That's the reality, betul. Itulah reality. Okay, that's a good point. Bila you dah kerja, kalau you macam rasa very compartmentalized, you ada orang tolong you buat system design, you ada orang tolong buat business analysis, ada coder, ada tester, dan rasanya lambatlah you akan maju. You memang kena jadi all-rounder. Zaman sekarang ni kita panggil apa? Full stack. Kan? Kita panggil full stack technologies. Memang dia lah boleh configure server, dia lah boleh buat database fine tuning, dia lah boleh buat programming, dia lah Dr. Aziza boleh buat AI, semua dia. Then dia akan maju. So what I'm trying to say is don't stop untuk discover new knowledge. Macam Dr. Aziza. Sorry, doktor-doktor yang lain saya tak kenal in person. Kenal tapi lebih rapat dengan Dr. Aziza sebab kenal sejak sekolah. Tapi tak ada apa-apa berlaku. Macam doktor habis disintuk Universiti Utara Malaysia, dia sambung belajar. Sampai master, sampai PhD kan. Macam saya terjun terus ke industri. Daripada seorang technical, I was a programmer back then. Quite a good one. Tapi zaman tu zaman C. Java baru emerging. C++. And then web services yang HTML tu kalau nak edit pakai notepad lagi. Tak ada tools lagi. Itu tahun 2001. Macam tu Yeah, and then I converted myself becoming a sales guy, a marketing guy, business development guy. It takes a lot for me untuk belajar. Kena buat forecasting, kena buat pitching deck, kena buat analysis, investment paper dan sebagainya. So I don't stop daripada belajar. So you all kena belajar. So you betul-betul fokus, tahu apa you punya ambition. Okay? Dan kalau you kata you betul nak jadi seorang, I would say techpreneur lah technopreneur dia panggil apa? Technopreneur. Okay, technopreneur, betul you nak buat startup, then you got really to understand what's your forte. Kalau you betul good in the programming, betul-betul master in programming. When if you are very good in terms of, what business plan, do all this analysis, SWOT and all, fokus dekat situ. Dan orang yang tengok you punya pitching, orang yang tengok you punya ideation can see what is really your talent. Right? I hope I answer your question.
Yes, Mr. Nasrul. But I'm afraid that if I have follow-up questions. So speaking of basic requirement that are required by the industry these days, I think I have to share about my personal experience on what I have gone through as a freelancer. So actually, I'm a producer of videos. I create videos. I create digital marketing stuff for business. So in this case, right, like I actually I do it with my relative or my cousin. So what should my question is, how do we find a legit channel to step up or to level up my freelance business to another level? Like you said, does involves pitching, and we have to go through certain agencies to get fundings and whatnot. So because honestly, I cannot see where exactly should I go to get more fund to develop ourselves to the next level. So is there any suggestion, or is there any I can say like alternative mechanism for me to go to get more fund in order for my freelance business to elevate to another level? Yeah, you get me right. Sorry.
Ini apa, pernah dengar rezeki tak salah alamat? Okay, sebenarnya ada Victoria ada 3 cara. Satu, you memang develop your business. In your case, you buat digital marketing freelance. You create content, okay? Then you organically evolve your businesses. You start small, and then you find more customers, and then you mungkin diversify you punya content perspektif, narrative. Mula-mula mungkin you tengok dekat segmen untuk buat segmen salon, contoh kecantikan, and then bila you punya tu dah makin besar, then you what we call as organically to evolve your business. Itu satu. Nombor 2, macam yang hari ni kita bincang, then you think like a startup. But startup need ideation. So dalam case digital marketing ni, mungkin dia punya ideation tu lebih dalam bentuk the content itself. Okay, but the technology in digital marketing ataupun content ni is something dah semua orang dah ada. So mungkin a bit tough untuk pergi nak pergi ke startup punya setup. Another ialah apabila you grow your business, you secure a good revenue, then you talk to companies yang memang dah lebih besar dalam bidang content. Okay, and then maybe you boleh jual dari segi you punya customer base yang you dah ada, dan you pitch on yang you punya customer base tu boleh expand lagi. So dia ada beberapa channel yang you kena tengok dan you tahu ke mana hala tuju in terms of you punya customer segment, then you are selling on that. Okay, I rasa dari segi content ni, kalau nak pergi kepada startup, then mungkin agak sukar. Pandangan saya. Okay, you kena go on yang tadi tu, organic evolution, and then you dah besar sikit, then you find a giant company yang boleh jadi you punya, yang boleh you shoulder to shoulder lah, maksudnya. Itu pandangan saya lah. Mungkin you want to take on that?
So untuk specific case like digital marketer yang support not really in developing the products, macam you creating another Mekamato macam ni Monster, or you creating another UP Impel that Let's Copak, right? So that's rules dia susah sikit sebab there is a grey line in entrepreneurship dalam kita punya country. So I'm talking on the ministry perspective, because we always have discussion. Even though kalau kita di kementerian, macam Cradle is part of Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, because of we support tech startup, technology startup. So because of kita punya previous Prime Minister nampak elemen teknologi, pap terus masuk ke bawah. Mesti macam tu. Tapi dia ada lagi satu elemen dekat sini, dia panggil USKOP, Kementerian Usahawan dan Koperasi. Tapi sebenarnya kalau ikutkan, betul, we agree with you, Pak An. Actually Pak An bring up a good point sebenarnya. Dekat Malaysia ni dia tak ada central agency untuk semua. Pergi, semua dia cover. It's a bit a challenge lah. Kalau ada central agency, you will not see me here. Sebab apa? Dia semua orang akan kompetitif nak kerja dalam satu agency tu. So agency lain semua kena tutup, right? That is the reality in the market right now. So there is no really, because why I cakap dia a bit grey, sebab dia entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is bawah that bidang. Kementerian tu ada provide that kind of support, tapi kementerian tu tak ada agency macam Cradle yang bagi fine. For him to go up to our start, so dia kena find a new solution. Kena find technology solution pula, sebab Cradle only support tech startup. So kalau selain pada tech, kita hanya boleh bantu dari segi pembangunan. So we have an initiative we call as My Startup, which is I'm leading on that part in Malaysia. Because kenapa I cakap we are expanding next year to Southeast Asia. So we already onboarding partner from Thailand, Indonesia and also Philippines to work together to see market opportunity outside Malaysia for our startup. So that kind of initiative kita support. Coaching, mentoring. If you want the like of founder of like Sinan Ismail, the founder of Durio. Actually Durio tu we can call like just 5-minute phone call, dia boleh datang, tak ada masalah. Dia part of Cradle punya alumni. Same goes to Nizam Razak, the founder of Bobo Boy sekarang di Mekamato. So we can help on top of that. So that is the network that we're building to help the new startup how they want to grow, something like that. Tapi I agree with Cik Nasrul tadi pasal dia kata macam you go be, sebenarnya if you do freelancing, even though to be honest freelancing for me is more lucrative. Why? It serves many corporate without you tie up with one agency ataupun one corporate lah. To be honest, we pay our digital marketer whatsoever per month is like 100,000 per month. I punya staff buat video 1 bulan 4, tu pun tak cukup, kena marah lagi dengan bos. So we are looking for people like freelancing, do video marketing semua. So we are, the talent tu dia tak, jangan risau, dia tak. Jangan risau you are freelancing whatsoever, but you kena serve, you kena find the right corporate to do that lah. Because right now, one of the yang kita tengah cari ni, how to tackle the young generation punya market. So someone yang can create content for TikTok or Instagram. So these are the talent that we are looking for. Memang kita pun tengah cari semua kan. So this kind of people, we paying them like I think per job 5-10,000. So don't say that diorang ni buat video-video macam tu not valuable. Sometimes it's quite valuable. It's quite, you have to find the right the right company. Because right now pun ada scam kan, buat video-video hilang tak bayar, especially when come to certain campaign buat hilang, but most of the time there is opportunity there.
Thank you, Mr. Hisham and Mr. Nasrul, for the response. And perhaps I have another question for Mr. Hisham. So, what are the strengths or key factors to attract investors on trusting our final year project startup business?
I think it's go back to my first answer lah. It's the team to the product. For me, I always evaluate teams then baru product. Because if like I say, product good macam mana pun, but the team cannot capable to run, I will not trust to fund. And we see in the community that we give grant up to 20 million sometimes. So it's very important to see the capability of the teams. Just in general, project FYP ni, if I may know, what kind of project they are developing? Developing a system software or something? Or system or software lah. So katalah you right now you are developing, dia ada macam dua cara for you to test. Number one, you go by your own, you set up a company or you have a team, you run by your own, you develop and commercialize the FYP. Second, because nowadays there is no new technology lagi. Masih it's all about advancement, enhancement. So might be your FYP valuable to other startup in the country. Don't forget, because Malaysia ni cuma dia tak famous. The marketing is always been the issue. Orang tak faham. Bila nak cakap pasal startup, nak panggil dia Instagram lah, Facebook lah, Metaverse punya team datang nak panggil Alibaba apa semua. But do people know Shopee co-founder is actually Malaysian? Tak tahu. Do people know Lazada is actually Malaysian? Dan do people know actually My Taxi now called as Grab also a Malaysian, and dia duduk kat Bukit Damansara? No. Sebab kita always bangga, even though kat kementerian pun, kalau sembang panggil startup, semua macam alah tak kenal lah, tak nak lah, nak vote, nak panggil like Bill Rancid from Apprentice, nak panggil Donald Trump datang bagi talk baru, orang betul buka mata kan. Tapi Malaysia actually banyak sangat founder yang berjaya. So one of the founder yang sekarang orang maybe in our ecosystem is that related to nowadays ni, macam contoh macam saya cakap dia Sinan, who actually the Noor is really walaupun dia buat DDM Friends, but he one of the founder yang masuk Y Combinator, who actually accelerator from US that give them investment up to 500,000 USD. So kita ada je potential technologies, potential innovator from the country, but we don't know. So hence why there is the job from Cradle and the support from the industry like Heitech, Padu. We want to make it aware. So that's why I jumpa mungkin Cik Nasrul jumpa doktor di kawan sekolah lama. Saya pun jumpa Dr. Azizah juga, nak claim juga kan. Saya pun jumpa Dr. Azizah tapi 2 minggu, 3 minggu lepas. Dekat one of the program saya cakap dekat doktor and also timbalan dekan waktu tu kan. Dekan waktu tu Cik Nasrul kena the engagement. UiTM don't waste your alumni. Alumni UiTM tiap-tiap tahun apa? 20,000, 40,000, 100,000. Tapi duk panggil orang-orang yang sama. Dah tutup report datang. Buat apa? No. You should have the recent one. Because why? The recent batch yang grad from UiTM. Currently they all co-founder of startup yang kita pun tak tahu. There are lots of UiTM alumni yang berjaya tapi we don't know. Until kita jumpa panggil program, actually saya alumni UiTM. UiTM is a lot of potential outside there. Right? Macam mana Cik Nasrul tak sebut UUM lah, tapi pesta banyak UUM. So like I say, teams, then products, make sure you create something that people needs, not people nice to have, and then the team's capability too. That's 2 points. Okay,
thank you, Mr. Hisham. So I'm afraid that that's all we have for our round of forums. But we will move on to our Q&A session because our program continues with Q&A session. Audiences in the hall, please raise your hands if you want to ask questions, or you can use the pigeonhole to drop your questions online. Is there anyone in the hall who wants to ask a question? Okay. Introduce yourself and you can proceed with your question.
Hello. Okay. I was attracted with the word short sendiri tadi during sales pitching kan. Every one of us here, one day we will have a Viva interview where we will have a panelist where we have to sales pitch our FYP. At what point, at what border do we consider short sendiri? What's that fine line and sweet spot between ambitious and terlampau dreamer?
I rasa it goes back to my first statement, which is you must be able to identify your competitor, or at least kalau betul pun tak ada competitor, your closest competitor. Then you have basically the idea how to compare your ideas, your solution with the others yang dah ada in the market. Okay. Satu comparison in terms of maybe you are very distinguished market segment. You memang go very specific. Katakanlah satu produk dia pergi dekat female, perempuan. Contoh kan. Lepas you pergi dekat female yang duduk dekat bandar, suka pakai tudung, baju color blocking. So you have that solution for that segment. So that is a very clear market segmentation that you really understand what is your customer segmentation. Itu sebagai contoh satu. Nombor dua, mungkin you boleh kata dari segi you punya pricing model. Sebab bila you dah ada competitor analysis ataupun closest company you want to compare with, then you can tengok dekat you punya pricing model yang memang orang lain tak boleh beat. Yang memang orang lain akan kalah. You akan tengok, okay, tak semestinya lebih murah, lebih bagus. We talk about value for money. Okay? We talk about dia punya repeat customer. Something like that. Itu dari segi pricing model. Mungkin dari segi dia punya cost structure. How do you want to develop your product even more better than the existing product yang memang dah ada sikit-sikit sama dengan you punya idea. So all this, sebab tu tadi bila moderator tanya dekat apa yang I rasa elemen yang penting is you should be able to know who is closest competitor. Kalau betul lah idea kita ni terlalu baru, memang tak ada lagi, jarang-jarang berlaku sebenarnya. Jarang-jarang berlaku. Untuk hari ni lah. Nanti semua orang fikir and what it takes untuk kita dapat create idea yang baru. I tak boleh panggil dekat Heitech Padu pun, Hisham. I tak boleh panggil pun brainstorm 20 orang yang dah bekerja 10 tahun, 15 tahun. Okey, jom bengkel 3 hari 2 malam dekat Jana Baik, kita nak fikir buat produk baru. Tak akan keluar. Tak akan keluar. Produk baru ni dia memang something yang very authentic, very genuine. It has to be very visionary. You bukan fikir masalah yang ada depan mata kita sekarang. Kita kena fikir masalah yang 3 tahun lagi, 4 tahun lagi, 5 tahun lagi. Kalau you fikir hari ni, you pun cubalah, kita pun fikirlah macam mana nak jadi macam creator of TikTok, macam mana nak jadi creator of macam Facebook, macam mana nak buat macam Grab, macam mana nak buat macam unicorn yang lain. Dia akan berkisar dekat situ sajalah. So bila berkisar kat situ, that's the important part of knowing your competitor. Tapi kalau betul you boleh anticipate apa problem 5 tahun akan datang, that's where the most authentic, genuine idea will come. So that would be my advice.
Just in simple word so short sendiri and ambitious. What Cik Nasrul said is ambitious. So right now I'm solving this part, but moving forward my projection, if I get this fund, the right track, the right person, I will go to this one. Dia yang short sendiri ni yang pertama selalu dia start kan. Saya nak cerita kat semua orang 5 tahun lepas itu the moment dia sebut 5 tahun lepas, 20 tahun lepas tu usually evaluator semua akan shut down. Dia akan shut down sebab yang ni dia mesti nak bangga diri. Sebab apa? Dia akan cakap the back of other products. You know, this crap, you're so ni. We are doing this, we are better than them. Don't discredit everyone. I myself is not entrepreneur. But I see a lot of entrepreneurs who discredit their team, their other competitor will not survive. Because why? You cannot discredit other people's effort. You don't know how difficult for them to create to become entrepreneur and to be in this entrepreneurship. Regardless lah dia berjaya ke, dia tutup ke, dia lingkup ke, dia marah orang ke, jangan campur, itu urusan dia. Let them be by themselves. You as someone who want to become entrepreneur, want to solve the problem in the market, want to become a successful entrepreneur, try to sell your product based on your advantage, not discredit other. So discredit other ni dia macam shop sendiri lah, dia rasa produk dia sky, orang lain tak boleh buat, orang lain tak boleh. Thing cannot be copycat nowadays. Because this happen because China teaches lah. China always copycat everything. Apple pun jadi fair kan. Macam mana kan Indonesia tu. So you have to be careful on that lah.
Perhaps that answer your questions. So we have another question from the pigeon poll. So how do we determine our startup cost? And is there any possibility that we will be in loans or debts with the banks? If so, how do we avoid that? We might need modal kan macam untuk startup. So
most of the time startup when they started dia memang yelah dia on cost. Dia akan memang pakai whatever modal yang dia ada. So nowadays Malaysia ni we are lucky. If you go to Indonesia, Singapore dia macam lebih kurang macam Malaysia lah. You go Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, zero money provided to the startup. Zero. Usually they hence why their startup come to Malaysia, come to Singapore to pitch, then they bawa balik duit to their country. That's how they do. For Malaysia, you are lucky. Because why? We have a lot of nowadays, I can tell you there is a lot of, kalau you ever heard of this term, pre-accelerator. So pre-accelerator is something that helping the new startup in the market. But at the end of the day, they are putting money inside you. They invest in you. So there are dua category. Sometimes they invest, sometimes it's winning price. Winning price ni you dapat cash lah. But usually winning price ni tak besar. It's like 10,000, 50,000 saja. But if investment, they can go up to maybe 100,000, 200,000. Depends on how sexy enough your technology is. The word that we always use, how sexy enough your technology. So if you are early stage, try to avoid loan bank and also debt venture or even though VC firm. Kenapa I cakap try to avoid? Everyone familiar tak dengan valuation? Familiar or not valuation? Company valuation? Ke tak ada topik? Ada tak? Dr. Azina ada topik valuation? Oh tak ada? Okay. TikTok, siapa tengok TikTok Rafizi? Masa dia campaigns, isu kenapa company, ada one of ahli parlimen tanya kenapa dia ada this kind of valuation tapi duit tu tak ada. Confusing. You want to listen to nama Cradle dia sebut waktu tu. Kita orang pun berpeluk waktu tu dia sebut. Bahaya kan kena sebut nama baik ahli politik ni memang bahaya. So he simplify valuation ni luckily for you guys are innovator, technologists yang develop the software. Sometimes nowadays people don't understand. Dulu kita value company based on duit, cash, fixed deposit, and then dia punya harta, bangunan, tanah. Sekarang ni kita value, if you develop and software, there is a value in the market software tu. Kita akan buat benchmark dengan ada software yang ada di market lah. So sometimes if you come with VC masuk awal, dia will invest memang besar. Venture capitalist, dia memang besar. 500,000, 1 juta. Tapi, in the future, kalau you tak buat duit, you tak boleh jual balik share itu, then difficulty. Sebab, Dia akan stuck with you forever and then they will penalize you with everything there inside their term and condition. Try to avoid earlier. So earlier usually kita selalu cakap ada apa yang akan invest dalam you is usually your friend, family and fools. Fools ni usually orang yang tak kenal, tiba-tiba you pitch macam best lah, I masuk 10,000 dalam company you. Yeah, that's happening in the market nowadays. Someone yang you tak kenal tiba-tiba dia pergi buat presentation, dia rasa oh best lah company ni, I invest. A lot of things happen nowadays. That is the earliest stage yang you should support or you should get. When you become bigger, like macam Heitech, Padu ataupun Data Sonic ataupun company-company besar lain, waktu tu baru you look into debt financing ke, loan ke, because that one dia ada cagaran. You kena letak something. Janganlah buat startup gadai rumah you. You nak tidur mana kan? That's happened in the market actually. Cuma that is the sad story that we usually want to share. Tapi try to avoid that kind of situation. Go to the right channel macam like I say early stage investment. Pre-accelerated macam saya cakap tu berlambat in Malaysia. Try to go with them first. So they will assess you and you will see whether your company have potential or not. Sebab tak nak nanti dah halfway bazir 5 tahun develop, tiba-tiba orang cakap sebenarnya kita tak nak invest pada dia. Then it's a waste for you. 5 year, I can tell you right now, a software company per year, dia punya operational 100,000-200,000. Bayar gaji, sewa, maintenance, 100,000-200,000. So 5 years like 1 million you lost. Tapi itulah, kalau topik valuation tu kita kena ada separate topik lah. Betul?
Tadi saya jerit dia mana ada orang meniaga tak pakai modal. Betul kan? Saya nak perjelaskan. Biasanya kalau kita, hari ni topik startup Startup ni biasanya melibatkan teknologi. So you see how fortunate you guys. Sebab you all belajar bidang teknologi. Kalau you all belajar bidang accounting, dia kena cari programmer. Dia kena cari data analyst. Dia kena cari untuk buat. Jadi sekarang ni you all boleh buat sendiri. Betul? I mention tadi quick wins. Small. Start small. Jangan lupa you punya effort untuk buat tu pun sebenarnya adalah you punya cost. Define benda tu sebagai you punya cost. So bayangkan you pergilah pitch dekat, kalau tak silap saja dekat KKMM pun ada seed fund. Macam yang memang kerajaan Malaysia buat untuk bagi. Untuk start yang memang orang tak ada duit ni ada tapi tak banyak. You pergi sana, you bagi, but you be able to pitch, bagi tahu you dah invested dah. How much you invested? I have invested, katakan gaji you 2,000. Bayangkan, you buat setahun. 12 kali 2, 25,000. You buat 2 orang, dah jadi 50,000. I have invested 50,000. In what form? Kita punya, you punya cost. Jadi you bayangkan dalam 100 orang present, masing-masing semua idea bagus-bagus, tapi government tengok ataupun this investor tengok, you memang own you punya idea. Sebab you dah start invest on it. Yang lain ni semua minta saja, nak minta 20,000, 30,000. You kata, I dah invested 50,000. Tapi for me to go further, to commercialize, to work on the marketing part, I need additional 100,000. You rasa siapa akan dapat? Mesti orang yang dah put something on the table. So itulah maksud saya, no, you punya belajar ni dekat UiTM ni, belajar IT ni is NSM. Because nowadays people talk about tech startup. Ada ke orang buat startup jual ikan? Ada. Startup sekarang banyak ni, ada. Tapi banyaknya memang buat technology innovation. So don't forget that. You are very fortunate. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Hisham and Mr. Nasrul. Do we have more questions from the hall? Anyone? Yeah. Okay.
Testing. All right. Sorry. I actually have 2 questions actually. So my first question is, when you said just now that the bad side of things is that not a lot of startup do actually, like some of it do go bankrupt. So I just want to ask the industry, what's the average lifespan of a tech startup in Malaysia? Because we have to be realistic. Not all startup will actually be like Grab or Shopee. And my second question is to ask the panelists' opinion on this, because regarding tech startup, I did ask my close friend about it. Because we have to be realistic. We are probably 22, 21, right, after graduating with our degree. We are a bachelor holder, but we are not yet in the industry. Basically, budak mentah lah. So most of the people that I talk to, they do want to do a tech startup, but they feel like they are so inadequate in other fields, for example, like financial, business, digital marketing. So they feel like they need to kind of like learn from the industry first, maybe go to corporate, for example, like 5 years to build their base lah. So I just want to ask you guys punya tips or opinion on that lah. Is that the best answer, or do we have like a better ways to go about it? Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Answer you honestly. Or even though in terms of investment side, we can tell out of 10, 9 akan gagal, 1 je berjaya. That's normal average. Kita invest. Dan lifespan, based on my experience looking into the tech startup, I can see one of the startup that's more than 10 years already surviving and making revenue. But there is a startup that average maximum without a funding 2 years and a half. 2 years and a half. That's my honest review lah kalau ditanya. Bukan nak menakutkan, tapi that's the reality lah. Because number one, like I say, go back to our points earlier, he or she created something that people doesn't need, not really pressing in the market. But I can share you one thing, just experience lah. Maybe we just currently, you guys familiar with the word hackathon kan? Hackathon. Tapi we are one of the agency yang run my hackathon national level. Our hackathon is very, not say best, bukan nak puji diri, because kita project director kan. Tapi bukan nak puji diri, tapi our hackathon solve government problem, government needs. So basically when we solve government needs, confirm 5-6 tahun survive. Confirm 5-6 tahun survive. Kenapa? This kena related to your second question lah. If you want to test your capability or team capability or knowledge kan, this kind of challenges can help you to test first. Why? You tak payah keluar duit pun. Hackathon tu kita bagi you RM250,000 setahun. So you run, kalau you success the pilot project, then you dapat grant daripada kerajaan pula, maybe 1-2 million. So right now I have case, siapa sini tu pernah terfikir nak develop AI untuk menghalang gajah daripada masuk kampung? Siapa pernah terfikir? Itu projek yang kami, saya dengan Cik Amy sekarang ni tengah tengok. One of the winner yang masalah di Kementerian Pertanian ni, gajah masuk perumahan orang. So, tapi kita tak boleh cederakan sebab under di wildlife punya act ni, gajah ni haiwan terancam. So, tak boleh nak bunuh. Kalau bunuh tu salah lah, kita kena denda lah. Tak boleh letak. Then we found out actually untuk halang gajah, you letak serbuk cili. So, kita pun baru belajar benda-benda macam ni kan. Kita pun tak pernah terfikir benda ni sampailah dia jadi problem statement daripada kerajaan. So, sekarang ni kita tengah monitor dan dia baru first month tengah we are visiting the pilot project. Next pilot field next month. There is a need right now because when the natural disaster happen, binatang pun keluar dari hutan. How you make sure this kind of creature will not be harmed by the people? Yelah, kalau you nampak ular sawa, takkan nak pergi angkat belai kan, mesti semua orang kalau buat begitu langgar je ular sawa tu. So that is the thing yang kita try to avoid. You ask me 5 years back, before this kind of tanah runtuh whatsoever happen, orang takkan fikir benda ni. Tapi nowadays, dia dah jadi needs. So, kalau you join this kind of thing, this kind of program, to challenge yourself, and you can survive, then you should continue your journey as an entrepreneur. But, if you test it out, nowadays, fail, don't regret, maybe you go back to industry. I just have few friends, dah 40 tahun, 50 tahun, they are entrepreneur by themselves, they fail, but they go back to corporate world, learn more, get more knowledge, and then maybe macam increase dia certificate. Previously mungkin macam kita orang dulu belajar C++ kan. Nowadays belajar pula no code, full stack punya paper apa semua. Then jadi balik startup. Ada juga. Startup ni dia bukan something yang force. Dia tak force. Tapi bila you dah best, orang kata apa, dah sedap kan, dia takkan hilap lah. You akan, whatever challenges, you akan terface. Tapi I know some of us, dia tak very high confidence. Dia tak rasa dia punya business can fly high. Tak salah you dapat pengalaman kerja. The answer is depend on the student themselves. I cannot give you, okay lah, jadi macam kita orang kerja pakai gaji. Tak. Okay, you guys ni tak boleh bangun pukul 8. Duduk Shah Alam kerja KL. 5.30 keluar rumah. Macam mana? Kan? Susah. So you have to make sure kalau you je ni, tapi one thing yang always stress to the student, attitude. Kalau you kerja dengan orang, your attitude kena high. Morality you high, you buat apa orang akan suka. Even though you are founder of Cradle ke, Custom ke, Aerodyne ke, kenapa diorang ni berjaya walaupun dia jumpa orang, dia stay humble because of attitude diorang tu. Always be humble. Even though you dah millionaire ke, gaji you dah, I don't know, 100,000, 200,000 per month ke, you own a share with a valuation of 50 million company pun, Grab valuation dia dah up to 40 billion valuation ni. So kalau dia convert share dia dah boleh goyang kaki. Tapi attitude dia, bila kita stay call dia stay jawab. Bukan Cradle lah, maksudnya kerajaan lah. So Cradle ni dah jauh menyimpang, dah lama dah. So that is the thing. Yang sekarang ni I nampak few, sorry to say, but this is the truth. Kita bukannya tak hire, kita hire some of the juniors masuk, they think they are the, because dia rasa dia knowledge dia baru sekarang. So kita yang lama-lama ni tak pandai. So dia macam ni benda-benda je. No, attitude tu kena jaga. Once your attitude you okay, memang you can get full senior support. This is the challenges if you want to go to corporate or whatsoever lah. Tapi kalau you run your own startup, attitude tu penting juga for you to make sure you get funding, you get network. So it's not really straight answer for that. It's depend on yourself lah. Maybe Cik Nasrul.
Well covered.
There's quite a lot of questions from the pigeonhole. So I'm just going to proceed with the one online. So instead of trying to make a startup, is there any possibility to sell our product instead? So if yes, how do we get started?
Instead of startup, nak jual produk tu. Jadi sebenarnya kalau you nak jual produk tu, is a startup punya mindset lah. Betul. Okay, sebab dia either you are entrepreneur, ataupun you join the corporate world, ataupun you jadi startup. Kan? So kalau you still rasa you nak jual produk you pergi, then sebenarnya you punya mindset tu nak kena jadi mindset startup. So bila you nak jadi mindset startup, you kena fikir macam startup. So fikir macam startup, kita dah bincang tadi. Betul? Jadi kena buat juga macam tu. So kalau you nak berniaga sendiri, you sendiri nak cari customer, you nak start small and then you gradually upgrade the companies, upgrade the offering and whatnot, then you will do that. Ataupun you kata, macam tadi cakap tadi, dia tak confidence, ataupun dia rasa mungkin dia belum cukup skill sets, knowledge, especially dalam teknologi ni is a changing component. We talk about on a daily basis. So yes, maybe you bekerja dahulu untuk you equip ourselves. We equip ourselves in terms of application development, in terms of data analytics, in terms of security, in terms of the enterprise architecture and whatnot. And only then we have perhaps a crystal clear perspective in terms of how to do best the idea yang kita dah ada, dan barulah kita pergi kepada startup ataupun technopreneur. Alright? So you ada idea, you dah siap sistem, you nak jual pergi tu, sebenarnya that is you punya mindset, you nak jadi startup. Dia tak ada route tu rasanya. You kena habiskan dulu yang mengaji bab startup tadi tu. Sebab orang akan tanya soalan yang sama. Kenapa you nak jual produk ni? Produk ni you dah jual kat siapa? Siapa dah pakai? You ask me nak jual 20,000, if I were to ask you 20,000, boleh tak you keluarkan duit you 20,000 kalau you truly believe in your product? Soalan tu selalu saya kena. Saya sendiri. Saya selalu buat paper investment untuk buat marketing program dan sebagainya. Jual. Oh, confident lah, itulah, ini, objektif. Last kali bos ni, okay Hata, if the money is yours, boleh take it out from your pocket and pay 25,000 untuk bayar event yang baru-baru ni. Tu, sahabat saya kat belakang tu minta nak keluar event, spend about 35,000, 40,000 event. Boleh take out your own pocket money. So maknanya dia suruh kita bertanggungjawab lah tu. Jadi kalau kita buat all the study, belajar analyze dia punya advantage, disadvantage, SWOT and all that, dan kita dengan confident, yes sir, dapat lah. Betul? Itu saya punya respon.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hisham, for the insightful response. So next we have another question. How do we position economy with innovative product, taking into consideration of the lifespan and its sustainability? Do commercialization activities focus on gig economy? I repeat the question. How do we position gig economy with innovative product, taking into consideration of the lifespan and its sustainability? Do commercialization activities focus on gig economy?
Okay, if you tell about gig economy, right? The likes of Padu, Crabs, Kasar maupun semuanya, I mean dia tak ada kerja tetap, dia banyak pakai freelance. Right now, I can tell you nowadays, at this point of time, Grab tak buat revenue lagi. They still lost. Even though they already in the market for the past, 7 to 8 years. Tapi dia, the operation wise tu covered because of investment yang dia dapat. So, commercialization, it can be two ways. Selalunya gig economy ni, dia a bit high risk because of dia banyak orang pakai. Banyak orang guna, and then dia punya OPEX is quite high. I think if you run with a 60,000 driver per month, I think OPEX can go up to might be billions of belas juta lah sebulan untuk bayar gaji. Kan? Sebab dia based on dia punya revenue, tips lagi, berapa jauh dia pergi kan. So commercialization parts ni dia lebih kepada the marketing strategy dia. Macam mana dia nak make sure lagi ramai orang pakai, lagi ramai aware. So what's Grab do nowadays totally happens during COVID. Why? Waktu dia yang 3-4 tahun awal tu tak ada sebenarnya. Kalau Grab tak ada pun kita boleh survive. Kita boleh pergi market, kita boleh pergi sekolah, whatsoever kan. Tapi during COVID, 2 weeks time semua shut down. 4 weeks time semua dah macam gelisah. Dia nak kerja. Masuk 2 bulan je, Grab tu tak ada macam macam mana ni, lama tak makan. Saya orang Penang kan, makan si kandang tu penting. So dia tak ada, dia addition tu tak ada. Nak pergi, ada 3 roadblock. Nak kena saman, nak kena bayar 1,000, 10,000. So Grab tu jadi penting. So sampai sekarang Grab tu still ada dalam phone. So that's how they make commercialization a very important part of make sure their sustainability and scalability of the markets. So nowadays, even though people still denying, but we tell everyone, the markets in Malaysia is monopoly by Grab. Totally. They become super apps. Semua benda Grab. Dokumen pun Grab, beli barang Grab, hantar anak Grab, semua Grab. Hantar anak Grab, pergi sekolah pakai Grab. We have few of our staff, anaknya sampai macam mana? Oh ni tadi abang Grab tu hantar. Abang Grab hantar. Mak dia kat office buat kerja. To that extent. So actually gig economy ni is quite, number one, they affect the operational cost. Tapi once it become a needs, then you successfully commercialize the product, dia akan jadi benda yang stability dan dia can give you a lot of revenue. Maybe Cik Nasrul ada pandangan.
Gig economy ni apa sebenarnya? Mungkin soalan dia tadi, ada tak peluang untuk daripada idea-idea FYP ni untuk disandang kepada gigs economy? Betul? Sama ada boleh tak commercialize within the gigs economy? Well, it depends. Kalau idea je tu mix dengan gig economy punya ekosistem yang macam Grab, you know, then dia boleh fit in lah. Tapi kalau you punya idea tu lebih kepada, katakan customer you tu, I guess I put it this way lah. If your FYP project ni, your final year project ni, you punya customer ni is a direct end consumer, then I think it stand a chance untuk you play in the gig economy punya turf. Tapi kalau you rasa you punya final year project ni, dia punya customer besok ni you kena jual dekat small medium enterprise. Contoh macam you buat digital marketing, biasanya you buat untuk an organisation, untuk corporate. Then I rasa dia tak sesuai dengan gig economy punya turf. That's the difference. So normally speaking, memang sekarang ni kalau you pergi dekat corporate punya business planning, even though kat Heitech, kita minta kita punya team ni cuba fikir yang ada business plan, yang ada product development plan, yang dia punya engagement tu direct dengan consumer at large. Because that is the trend now. Tak naklah kita pergi jumpa jual dekat jabatan kerajaan saja, ataupun kita nak jual dekat syarikat-syarikat GLC, ataupun nak jual solution dekat UiTM, ambillah kita punya network. Sebagai contoh kan, UiTM tak pernah lagi engage dengan Heitech ni. Sebagai contoh. So ya, kalau macam itulah you punya produk, kita punya produk tak akan fit dalam gig economy environment. I hope I answered that question.
We have one last question from Madam Noor. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum. Cik Hata, first time jumpa. Cik Hisham dah kali kedua. Welcome back to your ITM, Cik Hisham. Alright. Okay, basically my questions is mungkin relate juga dengan jawapan tadi. Currently, at college level, we are preparing our students for another hackathon. Dr. Sufian ada di sini. We have two good challenge hackathon, which is focusing on social issues. So they have to present social issues dan juga they have to pitch the idea how they're going to solve the issues. Based on experience dengan students, I'm not really an entrepreneur, just a lecturer, but one of the things that they stumble upon when they do the pitch is actually how do you going to sustain the solution. Macam mana nak come up dengan business model daripada situ. Yang itu biasanya student kita kurang sikit lah, because of course we are technopreneur macam tu kan, tak belajar sangat business mungkin, but I guess if you can, if you both of you can, mungkin Cik Syam boleh dah banyak deal dengan startups and everything, maybe what is the best advice for the students? They have a very good maybe a solution to that problems, tapi business model fail ataupun tak tahu macam mana nak sustain that solution perhaps.
Let's make it even more real. Boleh Madam tadi Madam, okay.
Just call me nosy lah.
It's okay. Boleh kita ambil satu contoh projek yang you dah pernah tengok dan you rasa kita buat use case. Then let's have a real discussion about it. I think that's easier.
Okay, let's say one of the groups talking about apa tu, the issue-nya adalah keciciran pelajar. So they saying that kita ada macam for the students, university students, dia ada volunteerism. So they say that okay, one of the thing that they can do is provide like tuition untuk pada pelajar tersebut, so they can go attach to the community and then teach them. So kita pun ada juga project teach community macam mana nak guna teknologi, SME dan sebagainya. But then bila sampai dalam bentuk kita nak pitch kepada industri, so they believe that this is the solution for the community. Maknanya diorang ni boleh volunteer, they have this idea. Tapi then the question is, macam mana nak monetize? Yes.
In general, business model ni dia tak pernah fix, dia berubah. So previously, currently, sekarang ni kalau kata even though kita ambil, I selalu guna Grab ni because student pun sometimes dia selalu guna Grab atau pandang semua kan. Business model Grab asal is booking taxi, earlier booking to make sure orang sampai on time, dan dia hanya ambil transaksi I think within 50%. Earliest was 10% of that transaction. That is his first business model. So after that become super apps, dia punya business model berlambat. Career pun dia ambil, apa macam makan pun dia ambil. Dan makan pula dia ada dua business model. Charge makan transaksi 5% dia ambil. kalau you tengok dekat apa kedai makan ada dia punya Merkens punya pot tu ataupun device tu pun dia charge per month like 50 ringgit, installment macam first installment like 150. Kalau you ambil yang first 50 yang register dia ada discount. There's a variety of business model. Business model ni kita boleh improvise time to time. Back to the case student yang buat tu, I think the business model yang dia nak develop tu quite hard, quite difficult. Sebab apa saya kata difficult? Manpower memang kena bayar manpower lah. Sebab nak hantar volunteer ni pergi. I see this kind of project before. Tapi dia lebih kepada genset. This company from UM, dia nak tolong community baja laut dekat Sabah untuk diorang ada elektrik. So dia nak hantar genset yang very simple genset, tapi satu genset untuk satu rumah berharga 2,000. So that is their business model lah. Tapi saya tanya dia satu, siapa nak bayar? You know these people don't have money and they're not even belong to B40, they're below the B40. So how do they pay? Rental model, sebab dia bergantung pada hasil laut. So how do they survive? So social issue, usually the best way or the best situation yang selalunya akan di-adopt dengan cepat untuk business model is through CSR, partnership. So you have like macam katalah sekolah keciciran di kawasan Kudat Sabah, something like that. So find 5 sekolah, tanya which industry yang cover the area, they want to sponsor. So that's how you make your business model from that partnership. So because I do business, my revenue to Cradle through partnership. So I bring value partnership to company, then we monetize it. So you want this database, you pay us like 200,000, then we give you this database. That's how we do partnership punya model. Tapi the problem with this kind of solution or social enterprise punya business model, dia memang susah sikit nak sustain. Especially kalau you punya OPEX quite high and then you menggunakan benda-benda yang fizikal yang menggunakan orang di sana. So rather than you hantar volunteer, why don't you do Zoom? That's how we improvise from FYP project to become commercialization value punya project. So dia improvise. Nothing wrong with that project. Memang berdasarkan statistik last year lebih kurang 1 juta lebih pelajar tercicir because of COVID. Dan mereka ni yang memang untapped market. Kita katalah, oh why don't we hantar kita buat Zoom class dekat sana. You see ada kalau waktu COVID tu ada satu budak ni nak jawab exam sampai banyak pokok nak ambil line. You guys should go outside Klang Valley. I go to Kelantan, I go to Terengganu, I go to Sabah, I go to Sarawak. Kita masuk sampai ke pedalaman tak ada baju. Memang this the reality. Memang kita banyak nak soft in terms of education. But our education punya challenge right now very strict. Sebab kita ada cabaran cikgu dan juga pegawai kerajaan. So pegawai kerajaan dia nak soft cepat. Cikgu pula dia rasa benda ni bebankan dia. So dia ada another challenge to that business model. Which is nak tolong ke tak pakai begitu. So very very difficulty. But you can improvise based on the current situation and based on the needs at the point in time. Nowadays boleh find 2-3 corporate, fund you for 1 year, but the corporate pun depend on their revenue. Betul dia boleh fund ke tak. So that is the testing of your business model. Once you validate, you get the input from the industry, then you improvise. This is based on one case scenario lah, banyak case scenario. Macam saya cakap yang genset tu dia nak minta TMB sponsor. TMB kata, why I need to sponsor you? Better I je pasang, then dia bayar me back the trip lagi, I untung. Betul tak? That's how the corporate thinks. So now dia jangan cakap corporate ni senang sangat nak bagi sponsor, susah because of COVID pun susah. CSR, walaupun dia nak buat CSR tu, tapi it's because of the revenue right now is not strong, and next year economic recession is happening, and you can see the downturns of the US punya rates and exchange apa semua ni memang akan ada a big challenge for social enterprise. But yes, opportunity banyak Sabah Sarawak. I can tell you. You can validate the business, you can validate your business model dekat Sabah Sarawak because dia ada usually yang support social enterprise punya market. There is there. Klang Valley tak banyak. Maybe dekat Pantai Timur ada few, utara pun ada few. But Sabah Sarawak is the strong social enterprise punya business model test lah. Tapi it can be difficult, it can be berjaya lah. Kalau berjaya tu kata apa, that is the turning point from that to become a success business. Maybe
Dia untuk address student keciciran sesama di universiti ataupun yang di luar sana? Di luar sana, baik. Dan bentuk solution dia dalam bentuk knowledge management system, something like that, content, training, course, tuition. Okay, alright. So I just want to emphasize what yang di articulate oleh tadi. So apa yang penting kat sini ialah apa tau? You should consider what we call as data monetization. Bukan you nak charge orang yang belajar dekat you. You ada noble intention ni nak pergi tolong student-student yang keciciran. Very good. Tapi dah lah cicir. Tak ada duit pula. Kan? Tak boleh. So you got to think about data monetization. So let me put into perspective. Is it worth consideration or not? That is the business call. Kita tahu tak berapa satu tahun kita punya kadar kelahiran di Malaysia berapa? Apa tahu? Lebih kurang 500,000. Rendah tahu sebenarnya. Tun M dulu nak banyak lagi. Okay, 500,000 setahun. Jadi kalau you punya target tu adalah daripada K12 sampailah pergi umur sekolah menengah, daripada darjah 1 sampai tingkatan 5, ada berapa tahun tu? 1 sampai 6, 6 tahun, tingkatan 1 sampai 5, 5 tahun, 11 tahun. 11 tahun kali 500,000. Berapa? 5 juta lebih. Ataupun dekat 6 ataupun 7 juta. Berapa kadar yang kita kata akan keciciran? Saya rasa kita boleh pakai macam di syarikat pun, apabila kita nak monitor performance of staff, kita always kata, okay, kita ada 10% yang top flyers dan kita akan kata ada 20% bottom. HR akan monitor yang 20% bottom. Yang top 10 ni make sure dapat gaji doubling. Kan? Yang tengah-tengah tu biar je lah macam tu. Kan? Nak berhenti kerja silakan. It's okay. Yang T20, T10 ni dia pegang. Alright? So bawah. Kalau 20% of 8 million, 7 million, then you are looking at about 1.5 something like that. So that is the size of the data yang ada. Dan apa yang you boleh provide dengan data tu? Data tu you boleh provide kepada CSR corporate. Data tu you boleh provide dekat government. Because that is data monetization. But again, it is a business call. You kena tengok ada size ke tak ada size. Elok kalau yang social entrepreneur ni, biarlah you punya engagement tu dengan customer segment yang besar dari segi scale. Dan you akan ada data monetization yang tinggi nilainya. Daripada you nak charge, niat dah noble tapi nak kena charge, memang tak lah. You tengok macam Info tak charge orang untuk dia buat analisis dan sebagainya. Tapi kenapa orang believe in Info sampai orang boleh invest pula atas valuation yang dibuat? Sebab dia tengok Info ada data rakyat Malaysia secara keseluruhannya. That is data monetization. So maybe along that line, I don't have an exact answer, but should be along that line.
to add on data, siapa sih data engineer or data scientist? Most of them. Actually something yang kita pun tengah cari. So next year we are looking for data science, data engineering because why? Like we are turning our initiative to become data housing. So bila data housing ni, data engineer dengan data scientist yang kita perlukan. Sebab apa? Macam Cik Nasrul cakap tadi tu, I mean simple case, we work partnership with Apple through Capital Haven Network. They want to test one business model, leasing the device. Nowadays, corporate tak nak beli. Kalau beli satu Apple, 7,000. Ada 7 programmer, dah 49,000. Lepas tu value bukan makin naik, makin turun. So dia rugi. Programmer pula dah sedap pakai laptop tu, 2 tahun kerja, resign minta pula kat company. As a gift for me, I nak this laptop. Dah rugi. Ada programmer baru masuk, beli pula lagi 7,000. So dia dah ramai yang tak nak pakai, ramai tukar balik pada model lama ataupun macam HP, bukan HP, Dell pun tengah okay. Then Apple come up with leasing model. I think leasing model ni few times dah orang try buat. So now why we do this kind of partnership? Through that data, kita ada dalam our database we have like 2,800 something startup dalam our data. Satu startup at least minimum satu CTO ataupun satu technologist dalam satu startup. So adalah 2,000 orang. Dia nak tap into our market, dia buat program dengan kita. Through that dia convert the 2,000 tu at least 10%. Tak banyak pun, dalam maybe 200 tu jadi dia punya buyer. With that 200 dia manage to get a leasing per month. Maybe before this kalau dia jual 7,000 satu, dia buat leasing setahun maybe dalam maybe 700, 800 setahun. Lagi jimat untuk company daripada you beli. 800 you kali 200 dah kat berapa? 160,000. That's how data important nowadays. Now dia pun kerajaan umumkan subsidi bersasar. Tapi mana nak dapat data? Berapa ramai B40 updated kita pun tak tahu. Berapa ramai miskin tegar kita pun tak tahu. Base yang kita tahu, miskin tegar ni macam mana nak verify, ketua kampung yang verify. Menerusi ICU JPM. Very very costly. Kena pergi belah satu daerah 12 kampung, jumpa 12 ketua kampung. Ketua kampung tu pula list dia semua nak beranak dia. Bukan dia listkan orang betul-betul susah. Sepupu sepapak dia dapat bantuan. Dah salah pula data tu. Ngamuk pula orang tak dapat bantuan. Pergi pula balik turun padang. Macam tu lah. They keep on. Tapi we try to utilize this thing. This is why we are moving forward lah. So data is very important. Siapa yang data science, data engineer, don't worry, there is a market for you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hisham and Mr. Nasrul, for such an insightful response. I'm afraid we don't receive any more questions, so because we're out of time. So,
Hello everyone, I'll keep it short and simple. My name is Mohd. I'm a CS2 primary student, AI. Personally, I have joined my hackathon before, cohort 2, and my team, we suggested a proposition called MATIR, which is Mapping and Thermal Imaging Reconnaissance Robot. What it does is that we use a LIDAR, which is light and detection, and also we use thermal imaging to find the mapping of disaster areas so that the robot can actually scan the area and provide the data to the Jawatan Bomba for early reconnaissance, search and rescue. My concern is that I believe that when there are idea pitchings, idea pitchings make and break a project. But when we, from a background of technology, that you guys stated before, we involved with big terms that most people don't understand because our background is very technical, right? So how do we make that our pitching is easily understandable to the people, at the same time the message of the technology we use is understandable? That's it, thank you.
Short one, yeah, very short one. We call as elemental word lah. Elemental word ni bahasa pasar, senang faham. Very short one, 5 minutes can understand. That's why I say business people important. Business people know how to turn the terms. Macam you pakai LiDAR. Kalau tanya, maybe dalam hall ni semua orang faham lah LiDAR tu apa. Kalau you go to bomber yang bukan background that, dia tak faham LiDAR tu apa. I think it's cohort 1 kan, not cohort 2. Cohort 1 jabatan bomber kan? It's cohort 1. So basically, you have to find someone that can turn the word into elemental word. Elemental word ni is very simple. Not need to become too technical. The 5-minute pitch just to make sure they understand what you want to solve, what is the problem. That's it. After that, kita usually ada analyst. We have a discussion further. Waktu tu you boleh sembang lah technical part, then dia akan verify and baru kita akan. Don't worry about that. It's just that to make sure to get the gist of your presentation, you need to have someone that can turn the word become image or become something simpler. Then they will understand really fast. Yes.
Perhaps that answer your questions. So we have come to our event today. So before we do that, I would like to conclude everything that we have discussed throughout our discussion of forum. So I would like to represent everyone, especially final year students of who's taking CSP 650. So we really appreciate for Mr. Nasrul and Mr. Hisham to come today and share your thoughts and somehow and a few ideas that we've never even we've never even thought about. So perhaps that would motivate everyone in the hall to commercialize their final year project, because I know the hustle, the dedication, the courage that it takes to finish your final year project. So don't waste your work, because like that's a lot of energy that you put to finish your final year project. So perhaps this would give you idea to commercialize your project, or and trust me, it's gonna be worth to be in the market, because like there's a lot of endless research and pages by pages of reading through the journals. So that's kind of like a lot of things to do. So perhaps like I said, it will be it would mean a lot to personally to all of you if you could make it to the market. And and um, and before we end, I would like to welcome Mr. Hisham and Mr. Nasrul to give one last advice or conclude everything that we have discussed today. Thank you.
I think you have got a very good lecturers dekat sini. Sebab salah seorang lecturer you share dengan you all punya content. Dia punya kita panggil yang dia punya itulah yang nak mengajar tu. Kita panggil apa tu? Modul course outline. And I think I read through is not rhetoric. Betul But when you go outside there, habis belajar ataupun berapa lama lagi nak habis? This FYP punya due date bila? 2 more weeks. Boleh kau team senang. It's okay, no problem. But what's more important, when you got out there, janganlah semua orang nak buat startup. Janganlah semua orang nak jadi entrepreneur. Janganlah semua orang nak pitching. You should know what is your core. Hari ni, I think you have a clear picture what it takes untuk betul-betul you go into startup, what it takes for you to go into entrepreneurship, what it takes for you to become a real good, technologies yang enter into the corporate world. Betul? Boleh nampak the perbezaan between the three? Cuma nak tengok sikit, siapa yang rasa-rasa dia memang nak buat startup? Dah, langsung dah tak ada. Yang betul-betul confident FYP dia boleh jadi startup. Angkat tangan. Takut dah dia bang. Tak ada. Okey, siapa yang nak masuk kerja macam syarikat Heitech Padu? Angkat tangan. Okey. Cradle, siapa nak masuk Cradle? Siapa yang nak berniaga? Yang nak berniaga ada? Okay, I wish you all the best. Kita doakan yang terbaik. Belajarlah sungguh-sungguh. A lot more to come. Alright?
My advice is the same. Kita cakap kalau semua jadi startup, siapa nak jadi pengguna kan? So, tak ada siapa nak beli your product. So difficult juga. So people like me, we are supporting startup. You jual, kita beli. You guna you want to test, we help you in terms of funding. That's how we support the ecosystem. One thing first, don't ever stop learning even though outside class. Knowledge tu penting. Jangan tak ambil peduli apa yang di sekeliling kita, tolong ambil peduli sebab benda tu akan jadi business opportunity in the market. Never know, dulu kita ambil ubat pergi klinik kan, now ubat boleh hantar melalui pos saja pergi rumah. Because of the current situation COVID macam tu. So wish you all the best for your FYP lagi 4 minggu. Mohon yang sampai datang dalam hall ni, lecturer bagilah makan tinggi sikit FYP. Kena bagi extra mark lah. But I think learn for industry the best. Sebab tu I cakap masa my meeting with Dr. Azida few week back bersama dengan Madam juga, few week back, industry linkage UiTM have to empower back again so that bring back all your talent, come to your university, teach the junior what is happening now in the ground so that they know and they are equipped with the knowledge for them to move further in the future. Because what I tell you right now, believe me, in next 2 or 3 years, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. So industry linkage sangat-sangat penting dalam kita punya kekuatan with the team ni. Dia semangat UiTM dia sikit UiTM dia hati pun, thank you so much.
Next, I would like to invite Dr. Sufyan Hadi Ayub to the stage to give some token of our sincere appreciation to our fellow panelists. As a symbol of momentum from us, I would like to invite Mr. Nasrul Hata Muhammad Ali onto the stage to present token of our sincere appreciation to our distinguished panel. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Muhammad Noor Hisham Abdul Bari onto the stage to present token of our sincere appreciation to our
Hello.
That's all for okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to the photography session. Prepare yourself and don't forget to smile. Okay. Everyone ready? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Another one, 1, 2, 3. Freestyle. Freestyle. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Another one, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Space in the middle.